Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you some of the best locations by region. And we will be starting off with the ash heap. Okay, starting off we have Merles Coffee. Location is here in the ash heap. This is a cute little location, set up like a little coffee bar, I guess you could say. I like that it has this little cooking pit. And one of the best features of this location is Merle the cat, who lives here. He's sure to keep guests entertained and live in the spirit. This is the hanging tree, and this is where it's located. And this is just one of those kind of odd locations, I guess, if you're into something a little weird or even a little spooky. It's got this weird hanging mannequin here. Definitely strange vibes. But this location actually does have a pretty nice view considering it's in the ash heap. And our last spot is this mud flat pond, located here. This is right by that little fairground with the Ferris wheel with all the mirelurks. I like this spot because it's got these mud flats where you could put your camp module and kind of have a camp out in the middle of the water. It's just got all these cool little islands that you could really do some cool stuff with. And of course it's waterfront property. Okay, now we're on the Savage Divide. First up, we have the Guidestone Mountain, located here in the lower Savage Divide. This is just a really interesting location. It's got these weird stones with these weird symbols and stuff on them. I had a friend that was going to do a Zen garden here, which I thought was a really cool idea. It's a nice peaceful location and it has a really great view. I don't see any camps built here hardly ever, so it'd be definitely a low competition area. And you can see it's got a nice clearing back here. Now we've got the Scenic Monreal, also in the lower Savage Divide, located right here. I just think that this is a really cool location to build. It would definitely be safe from enemies being way up here. I did attempt a build here one time and things were trying to go through the ceiling onto the roof, but you could probably just place them down on rugs or something to kind of bypass that. And there are actually two of these right next to each other, so you could do dual camps, or if you just wanted to pick the better one. I think one is a little more level than the other. This is the Hidden Acid Cave, located right here, also lower Savage Divide. I really love this location. It's hidden. If you were walking by, you wouldn't even notice it. But it's probably one of the best caves that you can build in the game. I have a friend that built in here and it turned out really cool. The only issue obviously being the acid, but we put some foundations down on it and it wasn't too bad at all. Really cool spot. I just love the way it's tucked away in here and kind of hidden. Or you could always harvest the acid as well. On to the forest region. And our first spot is what I call Tiny Pond, located here. This is just a cool little tiny mini pond. It does have some bees at it, but not really a big deal in my opinion. I just love that it's just this tiny little quaint pond and you can almost kind of see through it. The water's real nice. It's just a real quiet, nice spot in the forest region. It would be a cool spot to have a pool or just some kind of water feature in your camp. Really like this spot. This is Organ Cave Junkyard, located right here, West Organ Cave. I will say this is a fairly competitive area. I've seen a lot of camps here, pretty popular place to build. Really good for your scrappy vibe because it's got kind of all this junk around it. Definitely a high competition area. But again, would make a really great scrappy camp area. It's also got this cool little entrance to this cave back here. Couldn't do a whole lot with it. It does have a door at the back of it that goes into the cave, but still really cool nonetheless. And finally we have the Cultist Tree, located here near the Mothman. This is just another kind of weird little spooky area. It's got these cultist things. It's got this big mangly looking tree. Be really nice for a spooky camp or just kind of more of one of those oddity kind of things. As you get close to the tree, you can see there's a couple lights down there, and there are actually a few dead bodies. I think they're cultists or something, but just kind of a nice, cool, spooky location. And now we're in the Toxic Valley. And first up we have this Raider stage located right here next to Hemlock. And this is just kind of one of those little weird locations that I stumbled across. It's got this weird little stage. There's usually a couple raiders hanging out up here. It's got like a box full of hats, but it's got all these chairs set up, so you could do all kind of stuff with it, really. It's got this little like entryway with a cash register, kind of set up like it's there to take money. You could set up a cool little shop there. It's just an interesting little spot. I think it could make a really cool little camp. And here we have the summer campground located right here. And I actually only recently discovered this location. I don't know how I never stumbled across it before, but when I did, I was like, oh, this is a really cool spot. So it's definitely like the remnants of a former summer camping location for families. It's got this bathroom with this really cool skylight that you can build in. And then you have like, just like your social area. It's got a swimming pool and it's got all these chairs. There's even a little parking lot off to the side. But you could build all in this area, and I thought that was pretty cool. And this is just a little bonus location right next to that campground area. I just thought it looked really cool. This little spooky tree on this island. Pretty sure there are cultists here though. On now to the Cranberry Bog. And this is the bog platform located right here. I actually saw this in one of Mr. Church's videos. This is just a really cool spot, kind of in between the bog and the mire, but it's got this little platform and it's got this like raider that stays here, and it's just real scrappy looking, and I like that it's kind of down in this little boggy area. Has like all these random pieces of wood and stuff. It's also kind of isolated and off to itself, which I really like. Next up we have Bog Cave, which is located right here. It was kind of hard for me to find. But this is another one that I saw in Mr. Church's videos. And it's basically just this neat little cave. It's not real big, but you can definitely build in it. You can get, your necessities in there. And it's kind of hard to find if you're not really looking for it. So it's nice and secluded and kind of private, I guess. But I really like this spot. There aren't a whole lot of great caves to build in the game, but this is definitely one that you can work with. Okay, and here we have the Scenic Bog Monreal, located right here. And this probably seems kind of repetitive, but I just really like the idea of building in these monorails, and they kind of are all over the place. So I like that they're up high and they're safe. This one's got nice flat area for you to work with. Probably the same deal where things going to try to go through on the ceiling, but you can work with that. But up here you can see you have a really great view of the bog. And this one actually has stairs that go up to it. Now for our final region in the mire. Okay, starting off we have this protected overhang located right here. This area is not quite a cave, but it's kind of cavey enough that I thought it would be a really cool place to have a camp. It's got a little cooking station, and it's got, some other stuff towards the back of the cave, but it feels kind of protected because it's almost got like a gated area around it, I guess, and then it's got this little like perimeter wall thing that you can stand on. But came across this and thought that it would potentially be a really cool camp. And now we've got the Roadway Treehouse located right here. This area does come with a warning. There is usually some sort of spawn below it. I've seen all kind of stuff, so you will have some enemies. Just keep that in mind. But really cool spot. It's like this tree in the middle of the road, and it's got this little tree house kind of deal built into it. And you can build in it. I checked everything, so it'd be cool to build like, off of this, I guess, like a bigger tree house, but really cool spot. Probably have to put a couple turrets down, but I think it'd be worth it if you wanted like the cool treehouse kind of vibe. And our last region location, the half-buried bunker, located right here. I think this location is fairly well known. I've seen quite a few builds here, so maybe a little competition, but it's still a really cool place to build, so it's worth mentioning. Basically what you have is you have this little bunker that's kind of half buried into the ground here. It's got a good bit of space in here, and it already has some stuff set up. Seeing people, do some pretty cool things with this. You'd probably have to put some like rugs and stuff down to kind of get over that plywood, but really cool spot. No major enemies except for some roaches that I've seen. And one of the best parts of this spot is right behind it there is actually some crops planted, so that could save some budget for sure if you're vegetarian. I know there are a ton more locations that are really great build spots, but these were just some of my favorites that I came across. Thanks for watching.